son of a...
Hey, it's Jay. I'm out here, I'm all sweaty, just mowed the lawn. Tried to get my trimmer started with the pull cord and it snapped right off. So it looks like we're gonna be doing a pull cord fix today. Okay, that's much better. I'm showered, I've had some lunch, and let me just show you this real quick. I installed a little magnet on my door right here. It's just behind the door, and so the door stop is now magnetic, so I can keep my door open. And when it's blazing hot outside, I can close the garage door and open this door, and then air condition the garage, so I'm not sweating out here every time I work on a project. I have the Still FS55R. Let's get this started. First step is we're going to remove this cover, and there's 3 screws, 1, 2, 3. But I realized I'm missing one right here, so anyway, it's being held on by 2 screws. So it looks like it's a star bit. There's one. And this should just come right off. And there it is. While I'm in here working, might as well clean it up a little bit. Okay, this is where we need to get into, so I'm gonna pull this pin out. Got a little washer there. It looks like this thing's just gonna slide off. Stay. Okay. So you can see in there, that's the spring. Here's our cord. Wow. So it looks like it's like kind of tangled on itself and it got stuck and wedged in there, and then over time it just popped. I'm actually gonna take this piece with the spring in it and move it out of here. I don't want to trigger the switch at all. It looks like it's fraying here as well. All right, and we need to be reminded to wind this back up counterclockwise. Okay, this little knot right here. I'm just gonna see if I can push it up and through. And then I'm just gonna grab it with the needle nose pliers. All right, this is so frayed that it just doesn't even wanna go, so I'm just gonna cut this off. Okay, there we go. Now this is the new string. I actually had to go out and get some. Let's see if we can feed it down this hole. Come on. Come on, come on. So close. Oh, it slipped. No! Get a grip on it. I can't. All right, one more try. Come on. Yes! Oh, that feels so nice. Okay, now we're just gonna tie a little knot here. Boom, ba-doop, ba-doom. Boom. Grab some pliers. Pull it tight. Pull that down in here, like that. We're gonna have to clip this end off. Oh yeah, beautiful. Look at that beautiful fray. I'm just gonna get a lighter. This is for my daughter's birthday party. We got a pink lighter. Oh yeah. Woohoo! Now let's pull it down and in. Boom, look at that. Yes. Wind it up. Okay, let's feed it back in here now. So we're gonna go through the hole out here. I'm gonna leave all the slack. We'll measure it later. There it is. Come on, separate. Separate and go on there. Ah! All right, let's try a different method. Come on. Oh my goodness. Mother of mercy. Stop slipping. Oh, yes. Oh. All right, finally everything's back together on this part. We've got our new rope in, it's coming out here. This is the original pull cord handle, so I'm just gonna stick with this one, even though the other new one came with this big one. So I'm like pushing and twisting at the same time to try and feed it through. There it is. Okay, you can see we're set up in here. So if I pull this, all right, it's right about there where it winds back up to. So I'm gonna slide this rope all the way down. Just need to tie a knot that I can slide down. All I'm doing is just walking this knot down the rope just a little bit. Pretty solid. All right, cool. Never a bad idea to tighten up your knot. So I'm just gonna grab this side, grab this side, and get a good pull, okay? Slice this. Just melt the end a little bit so it doesn't fray. All right, let's go take it for a test drive. Today on It's Just Science, we answer the question, what actually happens when you pull the pull cord on a trimmer? On the right side of the board here, you can see I drew a side profile diagram of the still trimmer. If we pull the pull cord, it turns the rope loop clockwise, which then in turn turns the flywheel clockwise. The flywheel is connected to the crankshaft, and the crankshaft is connected to the piston. The piston moves up and down in the column where gas enters the chamber, and as the flywheel rotates clockwise, it pulls the piston down the chamber and then back up the chamber, compressing the gas. At the moment the gas is compressed at the top of the piston chamber, the spark plug fires off an arc of electricity which which ignites the gas, creating an explosion. This pushes the piston back down, and while it's moving down, because this is a 2-stroke engine, the exhaust exits out the side, the chamber fills up with gas again, and the whole process starts over again. The flywheel serves two purposes here. One, it turns the crankshaft, which moves the piston up and down. And then as the flywheel spins, it has two magnets on it. The magnets are opposite of each other so that one has north facing out and the other has south facing out. As the flywheel spins, that causes the magnetic field to change as it goes from one magnet to the other. The ignition coil is located right next to the flywheel, and in its design it steps up the voltage so that there's enough current for the spark to ignite the gas inside the compressed chamber. The changing magnetic field creates an electric field in the coil, and therefore there's a force on the charged particles inside the wire. The charge is forced up the wire due to the induced electric field and the step up in voltage from the ignition coil. So the next time you go use your lawnmower or trimmer, have a little appreciation for the science and engineering that's going on behind the scenes.
Hands for Hire is a mobile app connecting neighbors ready to lend a hand with neighbors who need a hand. Download now in the App Store or on Google Play. Visit us at handsforhire.com. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel.